I'm Jeanie Nickel.
And I'm Josh Byers.
And we're here to bring you this week's Grand Film Reviews. This week's movie, Doctor Strange, will be available to see at the Granada this week of November 10th and into next week.
Doctor Strange is the 14th film to take place in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, joining other superhero movies such as Iron Man, Captain America, and the Avengers.
Dr. Stephen Strange, the titular protagonist, played by Benedict Cumberbatch, is an arrogant surgeon who, through the course of the film, must learn humility as he masters his newfound ability to bend and shape reality, all the while protecting the Earth from interdimensional dangers.
Let's jump in.
Hello everyone, welcome to Grand Film Reviews. I'm here with Josh and Bridger, and today we're going to be discussing Doctor Strange.
Well, let's jump into it.
Yeah. Okay, first let's kind of give them our overall impressions, and then we'll go through specifics, what we did like and what we did not like about the film. Josh, what was your overall impression of it?
I thought that it was a movie, I guess I'll say a superhero film that tried to take some chances and did not exactly pan out for them. There was a lot of issues, but a lot of things that I was able to feel optimistic about. I thought that Benedict Cumberbatch was fine. My other thing was that the way the magic was portrayed in the film, as well as some of the action sequences and the effects, were pretty cool. Something that I even considered maybe going back just for the 3D experience.
And so you did see it in 3D then?
No, I wasn't able to, but you know, if I get bored this week or something, then maybe I will.
Okay.
So
cool.
But and then some of the things that I admittedly, this is a film where the bad outweighs the good, unfortunately. It's just Marvel has a formula, and it's a boring formula, and I'm tired of it, and I'm sick of seeing these films with the characters that go through the same arc and the same everything, and it's just, I was really hoping that Doctor Strange was not going to have that. And
it would break the mold.
It would break it, and we would see something that was a little bit more risk-taking. I said it was risk-taking, but it wasn't enough. So
a little bit more fresh, like
yes.
The Deadpool film or the Guardians of the Galaxy kind of style.
Yeah, you know, and that's the thing about the Guardians of the Galaxy is that it's not a standalone, but it's an origin.
Yeah.
And so it's got that weird thing to it, but this one was just not the worst, but definitely not the best. It wasn't a Captain America, you know, but it wasn't Thor 2. So
I felt, you know, mostly it was just boring. Like it was a very paint by numbers action film. I've seen a lot better just action films out there and honestly, the effects work as far as they have these scenes where because they can bend reality, they'll flip a city over, but Inception did that better than Doctor Strange did.
With practical effects.
Yeah, they use practical
too,
instead of making
CG.
it look like they're just floating around on a green screen. Yeah, so I wasn't too happy.
Yeah, well, I'm a bit disappointed too. This is our very first Grand Film Reviews, and I really wanted to just hop right in with a film I loved and that I could be excited for, and unfortunately, that's not what I can give you today. I was also a bit disappointed in this. It was not a bad film to just kind of turn your brain off for and just try to experience, but at the same time, as everyone has said, it's a little boring.
yeah.
I'd say. Despite that, though, there were some good things about it. Like, what did you like about the film, Jeanie?
I think, well, overall, their production design, as far as I will say, I laughed a little bit because some of the costumes, I leaned over to Bridger and was like, "Is this the Assassin's Creed movie?" But
No, that's next month.
That's next month. But overall, no, I think the way they created their environments and like Josh said, just their magic system, and the message of the film that just because you can't pursue your life this in this one way that you want to. You can always pursue it in a different way and still meet your goals.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and that's the great thing. I mean, that's the great thing about the formula that they do have. I mean, I'm tired of it because it's repetitive, but the formula is working, and it makes the money because it's something that people can relate to. You have a character that starts low, or they start high and then they're knocked down low, and then they build themselves back up, and then they become a hero to other people, but also they've grown as a character and have developed positive things about themselves.
It's a
So,
formula for a reason, essentially.
yeah, and they use it because it works and because people can relate to it. It's just there's
You just
other
want
ways.
something else,
there's-
yeah.
I want something else. There's other ways
Yeah.
in order to relate to your audience that you can do way more effective ways.
Yeah. Well, I personally, I did love that I got to see Tilda Swinton as the Ancient One, which is like a supreme being, because she looks kind of like an alien, so it fit perfectly.
so it's totally fine.
That was grade A casting right there.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing about Tilda Swinton. She's great anyway. You
Yeah.
know?
You
I
can
mean,
just put her anywhere, really.
I don't really have a problem with her. And so her as the Ancient One, I was like, huh. And I don't really know much about Doctor Strange, at least
I
from
don't
the
either.
comics. So
Yeah.
there could be things that I'm missing, with the things that I say, but based on the film as a whole and just looking at it from a film perspective, I was okay with Tilda Swinton and that sex change that they did with the character.
Yeah.
I was okay with that. Some people might, the purist, which I totally get. That's fine. I'm a purist when it comes to other characters. That's fine. But I was okay with that. So, I'm trying to think if there's. How did you guys feel about the casting overall? I mean, and the acting and the performance wise.
Honestly, I feel like the casting wasn't bad per se, but a lot of the performances got a little bit hard to follow, not because the performances were bad, but because the script was a little...
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like it was a lot of really good actors all stuck in hell together because the writing was just every cliche of action film that they could get, they put in this script.
Yeah.
Which is too bad, because we love Benedict Cumberbatch. He can really do magic on screen, and this didn't...
Well, he did, but
Oh,
just
well,
not.
he did do magic on screen. It's not the same way. And that's unfortunate, I think.
Well,
Because
They had
again,
a
yeah,
good
Tilda
cast.
Swinton's really great, and she just had.
I actually really even liked Benedict Wong, the character who
Yeah.
played Wong.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I actually really enjoyed him. I wasn't familiar. I thought maybe I'd seen him in something else, but I actually really enjoyed him. And then, unfortunately, Rachel McAdams' character, who I enjoy her as well.
Yeah.
That was just a terrible character and almost pointless to have in the.
They just
film.
needed somebody they just needed somebody to be a romantic interest to have one.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
because that wasn't necessary, and they needed a doctor, so whatever,
Yeah.
which is fine. But they could have easily just been colleagues, or even if they had dated at some point, just been friends instead of that weird shoehorned romance subplot.
Yeah. Also, I think in addition to the script, a lot of the storyboarding was just kind of lazy. Literally, you have a hero who can bend space and time, and they use it so that they can walk on walls to punch people. That's so
I'm
boring.
gonna get from here to here so I can punch you.
Why would you do something like, let's just punch people and fight?
Throw a building at someone, you
yeah,
know?
do something interesting.
They have what's called the mirror dimension, which is they put they make the mirror dimension happen so anything they do inside it can't affect the real world. So if that's the case, then we should be getting some destruction in this
Yes,
mirror world.
yes.
Because it's not
Yeah,
not
well,
real.
and the other thing about superhero films, that was kind of the theme for this year, was that the effect that superheroes have on the regular people, So we've got Captain America and them wanting to sign this deal, this treaty almost of them saying you're responsible for the destruction you have, and then there's Superman and Batman with their whole situation there, and the destruction that Superman had in Man of Steel coming over into Batman versus Superman, and that was the cool thing about that mirror dimension, that you could do anything in there and no destruction would happen, and then you'd go outside of it and it was fine, if I'm understanding that right. So that was something that I thought that could be utilized as well. You could have these like epic fights in there, but not have to. That was a really good scapegoat almost for having this mass destruction without the consequences of it. So I'm curious to know how Doctor Strange participates throughout the rest of the universe. You know, with the next Avengers films coming up, Infinity Wars.
Yeah, like who will all be involved in those films.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, all right. We're starting to come up on time. What's like your final impression on the film / what our viewers at home should try to see maybe?
Well, I think if you're a fan of the Marvel Cinematic Universe and you're still excited for Doctor Strange, I love film as much as anybody else. I will never not tell anybody to go see something that they're just dying to see. So if you're still set on wanting to see Doctor Strange, go see it. Like, that's okay. We're watching film for reasons and appreciating it for a lot of different reasons. And if you love your superheroes, love your superheroes. There's nothing wrong with that. But overall, I didn't enjoy it as much as I probably wanted to. But I really wanted to enjoy it. And I think that there's this problem with this formula, and until I see something different, I will be less and less enthusiastic about seeing Marvel films.
Overall, it's just, if you want to go see an action movie, there are a lot better action movies out there. There are more interesting and movies to go see. But the Granada does have two more films that they're playing right now to go see if you still want to go and support them. But
I'll sell you some popcorn.
but overall, it's just bored and tired.
Yeah. I unfortunately have to agree.
Thanks for joining us at Grande Film Reviews. Tune in next time at legrandalive.tv for our review of Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Thank you to Brent Collette Media Services and LeGrand Alive for sponsoring our show.